Good morning, Lillian
Oh, good
Bustle.
morning, Jennifer Ponton.
Oh, you look like a present.
Oh, thank you. Little bow on top. I just rebought my those cherry earrings from that jewelry person who now I can't remember their name. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Um I was like, "Oh, please still have these cherry earrings." And they were like, "I absolutely do." Um
Not wild fancy designs.
no, this is an independent little
Oh,
person who I met at a clothing swap.
cute and fun.
And it is cute and fun. And of course, everything is loading really slow because I have a feeling of urgency where I want to tell you about. I don't. I'm really starting to believe that like my emotions are starting to interfere with things like my internet connection.
Oh no, like just the electric shock waves coming off of you.
Mm-hmm. So
Tragic.
on Instagram, their name is Torrit Gray, Torrit. They
Is
go
gray with
by
an E or an A?
Grey, but their handle is Blushboy, BLUSHBOI_. So you should be able to find them either way, and they do really cool handmade jewelry, and apparently also have a chinchilla, which I think is the most adorable thing.
So adorable.
Um, I'm not wearing those earrings because they clonk against things, but
Yes.
I'm very happy to be reunited with them because I thought that I had to say goodbye forever.
Oh, yay. I mean, I'm glad you don't.
Yay. Same. Why do I say goodbye? Welcome to All the Fucks, a podcast about what, Jen Ponton?
All the Fucks is a podcast about that feeling when you call a teacher mom in middle
Nope.
school.
All the Fucks is the first time that you're saying goodbye to a friend on the phone and you say, I love you. By accident.
Oh no! All the Fucks is when you lean in for a hug, but you both lean in the same direction.
Oh, yes. Bad.
Oh my god. All the Fucks is when you are either a child or adult, but you are hugging someone and the child pulls away because they feel your boobs.
Oh, no.
That happened to me very recently with a boy who is now 13, who I've known since he was 6. Like, he's a precious little baby and I love him so much. And I felt him abjectly tent his body away from me, and I was like, oh. Oh, you're 13. Oh.
Well, I knew somebody in college who did that because he was either too godly or his dick was too ungodly. I'm not really sure which one it was.
Definitely that. Oh, I mean both, right? They usually go in tandem. It's a pack deal.
Yes, he did not want to be tempted by my flesh. Nothing says hug me like someone fully concaving their body and coming at you like a zombie. It's fine. I don't need to touch you. We don't need to touch. We can high five.
Oh no.
Unless that makes my tits jiggle too much and is too much of a temptation.
Definitely.
In which case, finger guns it is.
Pew pew pew, tiny penises. Oh no, it's all so bad.
Yay.
Yeah, that's our podcast about feeling really, really vulnerable and awkward and working through big feelings, whether you are 7 or 13 or 40.
Yes, it is feeling the Sunday scaries on a Sunday night, even when you're 45 years old. It is throwing a party and knowing that you have lots of friends, but still worrying that no one will come.
Oh. Oh no.
That's what producing a show is like.
That's absolutely true. 100%. Dude, I have
Yes.
never felt like I've been returned to square one so fully as I do now that I'm grappling with the thought of producing my show.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what maybe you would like to produce with me. I'm going to open that door if you're at all interested. But like, I feel like I have no idea what the fuck to do. What do I do about the music that I want to use? And like, who is supposed to talk on the phone to the people who own the theater? And it all feels like I just opened up the closet where everybody shoves everything over
Ha ha.
35 years.
Ha 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 ha. I would love to co-produce your show with you. Oh my God. Yes.
Hooray!
Absolutely.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Yes. To these things, I don't know the answers, but I know exactly where to look to find these answers.
Dude, I think that's at least half the game.
Yeah.
Knowing where the fuck to look. Do you know what I have been doing? I've been asking ChatGPT because I just need a fucking external brain. And honestly, I do think that this is one of those situations where like this is the sort of ethical use that it's really helpful for. Instead of you spending 3 hours on Google, you ask it one question to like pull a bunch of information and distill it for you.
Correct.
That's a great use of AI.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I've been like, how to do this? And it's like, eh? And I'm like, fuck. I do need a real person for this. Thank God.
Let's go. Let's do
fucking
this.
go.
Oh my God. ChatGPT, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I Depends undergarments.
I do.
Did you know that they've never been called Depends? They are Depend. Singular, one Depend.
I did know that.
One Depend.
But only from, some weird bit of
Possibly me.
Yeah, probably you, yeah. Very likely.
The other day I was just like unsatisfied with my original search to just like from what I could find. That was the best I could say, right? I didn't find a Reddit thread about it. I was like, from what I can find, it was never called Depends. But then I was like, they have enough money where they could just have wiped the internet of all of this information.
Yes.
So ChatGPT did tell me, I might have said this in the last episode even, but ChatGPT told me for sure that it's never been called Depends. And I was like, okay, I believe it now.
Wild.
It also confirmed 100% for sure that I could not stream Revenge of the Nerds anyway.
Ethical use of AI.
Yeah.
Very ethical use. Uh-huh. Where the fuck is my Shadow of the Vampire, you cowards?
Right. Yeah, we definitely talked about this last time. That's fine. I'm happy.
But actually, I don't think we talked about the ChatGPT end of it. I think we just
Oh.
talked about how flummoxing it was to like know that there was a movie that was so part of canon. I mean, less so mine, way more yours.
Right, that was just, like,
to just
disappeared off the world.
Yes, to just have it disappeared.
I've also used it where I'm like, I like this movie, and this movie. Name me 5 movies from the 90s that fit this genre. Spot on. That is also a great use of ChatGPT.
Oh, yes, totally. Right.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yes. Thank you. So like, it's good to know ChatGPT can get a vibe.
It's very vibe sensitive.
Have you ever asked ChatGPT who is Jen Ponton?
I did.
Yeah.
I took Jory's ChatGPT and I was like, who is Jory? And it was like, this person. And I was like, who is Jen Ponton? This person. And and I said, did you know they are in love?
Oh.
And then it was like, wow, Jory and Jen Ponton have a lot in common. And like that its little brain proliferated all of these points of connection. And it was very funny and very cute. And Jory just shook their head and was like, this is what most people do with AI. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I made a little friend. I made a little robot friend. I'm gonna talk shit with my robot friend.
I made a little friend. Oh my God. Yeah,
Jory's like, did you know we could save the world with this? And I'm like, how to flirt with Jory.
I think we could destroy the world faster than we could save it.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, did you see? Okay. What are those weird Elon Musk cars that are they're called like something
Cybertrucks.
Cybertrucks. First of all, it's not a truck. What are we talking about? It's clearly not a truck.
It's dreadful.
It's
It's not
just a
even
car.
an SUV.
So there's an epidemic of raccoons trying to break into them because they look so much like dumpsters.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. Oh my God. Exactly what is deserved. The first time I actually saw one in real life and not like on a tweet that Elon made, my jaw was on the floor.
Oh, yeah. It looks like something out of nope, not Encino Man.
Definitely like
RoboCop?
Escape from New York, RoboCop, definitely. Yep, all of that.
There's
very apocalyptic.
Something
Mad
Man
Max
that I'm thinking of specifically. No, it's fine. I'm drinking my coffee. I'll get there by the time we're done.
So Gabby was in town last week.
Yes.
And listen, she had been Fuckbuddies. Lillian was like, oh my God, do I finally get to meet Gabby? And I was like, tragically no, because Gabby has been tempering my expectations for the last year. A whole fucking year. Because she told me this time last year, hey, guess what? My next conference is in Atlantic City. And I was like, oh, you and me, 5 full days nonstop. And she's like, I love you more than life itself. However, this is work. And so for the last year, she's been telling me this is work. Even when we went on vacation in May, I was like, it's almost time. And she's like, I'm working.
Yeah.
So I left her alone about it. And when she told me she had landed, I was like, you need to give me the exact parameters of exactly how much I can descend on you. And she was like, great, let me get through this conference. And at the end of the last day, we'll meet up, we'll go out, we'll spend the night together, you can sleep over, like, blah. So, I met her in Atlantic City after she had just done her presentation, and we had a great night. We went out to some little splashy bar, and, then we were gonna go, we were at Harrah's, and we were gonna go to the Tropicana because they have a karaoke bar.
Yes, they do. Planet Rose.
Yes!
I know it well.
Bingo. Crazy. Everybody says that.
We used to stay. Thing. We used to go game at the Tropicana when Don's mom lived in the town right next to Atlantic City that starts with a V.
Ventnor City.
Ventnor, yeah. So we would go to visit, and then we would go gamble, and then we would get offered free stays for the next time, and then we would stay at the Tropicana, and then after the family goes to bed early, we would go back to the casino and
go party.
Yeah. In our younger incarnations.
Of course. So we were gonna, and we got some really great Italian food too over at the Tropicana.
Carmine's?
No, we didn't go to Carmine's. We went to Il. This is also what I said in the lobby. I said, it's Il, and he pointed. I don't know. It's the Il restaurant in Tropicana. But so we left Harrah's, and we were waiting for a car, and all of a sudden, and where we were waiting on the curb, there was a glass partition that then led to the bay, the swamp, right? And then there's this big sewer tunnel, and all of a sudden, popples, 5 little roly-poly raccoons tumble out like a fucking family of acrobats.
Oh my God.
And they're all, grabby little hands, and they're so cute, and they're peering at us, and they're just truffling around in the growth in the ground growth for like Cheetos and shit. It was so cute.
The aristocrats.
Oh, so cute, so great. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Best part of the night.
I love baby raccoons.
So
They were just
cute.
looking for an Elon Musk truck to break into.
That's right. I'm shocked that they didn't find one in Atlantic City. It's
What's it
full
called?
of
A
people.
Cybertruck?
Cybertruck. I know.
What is wrong with this man? Did you see that he just, Don sent me this article. He has a trans child. Elon Musk has a trans child who he does not talk about, and considers his child having been killed by woke mind. He just said
How
this.
old is this kid?
I don't know. I think a teenager, maybe a little bit older. And in the article, it was written with the kid's new name. And then later on, there was a quote from a different publication that fucking dead names the kid.
No.
So that's trash and a half.
That is trash. He's really dreadful. But also, John Oliver very aptly said because he does this awful shit, but he also like starts some stuff that really seems like it could actually be good for civilization and the planet and so on and so forth. And John Oliver was like, Elon Musk wants to save the world, but only if he's the one to do it.
Right.
And it's just like, you goon, you could do anything. You could do anything, and this is what you choose to do.
He's decided that he is the architect of our new future.
I hate it.
And it's only going to work if his dumb face is the one fixing things. Oh, I just hate his face. I was watching a little bit of Big Bang the other day, and he pops up in an episode, and I was like, ugh! I wasn't expecting it. I know. I short-circuited. I was like, no.
Like a Halloween ghoul, just like a little jump scare for you. Oh my god. Yeah, he's trash and a half.
I just don't understand literally anything anymore. I saw a funny meme from the RNC where it was like, oh, how interesting that the Republican National Convention called Hulk Hogan by his chosen name instead of by whatever Hulk Hogan's first name was. It's almost as though you just afforded him the respect because that was what he wanted.
Huh.
Like,
shocker. Think about it. Hulk Hogan makes me sadder than anything. Oh, by the way, John Oliver's coverage of the RNC that he just did for their return.
Was it on Sunday?
It was on Sunday.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
It's very funny. It is fucking tragic how hilarious You Know Who is. It is he's so fucking funny.
Yep.
And I would say I don't think he means to be, but I think he does.
I think he does. Funny. I think he does too.
He has that self-possession of somebody who knows they know how to land something.
One of my favorite things is watching him figure out something on the fly. When he says literally anything. Yes. When whatever. He could be like, her head's full of green beans. And then somebody in the audience is like, huh, and he's like, green beans. Oh, green I just came up with that. That's what we're going to call it now. The green beans in the head thing. And you can just watch it. And then he sits back like he's taking a poop and just smiles. He's just like,
right, he does that little self-satisfied
look what I made.
In the moment. It's, oh boy. On anyone else, it's so enjoyable. And it is a tragic little pulling the rug out from under our feet how fucking funny he is. And his supporters don't even know he's funny.
No.
I mean, maybe some of them do, but they don't get
that
it.
That is the most tragic part.
That's the most tragic part. It's lost on them. We're the ones who get it.
Oh.
Tragic.
I don't.
Oh no.
Nah. Ooh. Hey, can I quick change the subject just a little bit?
Yes.
Because I definitely want to discuss the topic that we had discussed talking about. I want to discuss the thing we discussed talking about. Um, I just want to give a shout out to Alex Edelman's Just for Us, which is on Max right now. It is, by all intents and purposes, he is a stand-up comic. He's a writer. He's a comedy writer who has done stand-up, but this show is done without a microphone in his hand. So it is very much more like a storytelling, like a Mike Birbiglia experience,
Oh,
like a
nice.
storytelling, like
Yes.
come with me on this journey. I need
I
both of my
love
hands to tell
that.
this story kind of thing.
Oh, yay.
And I think that he's in his early 30s. He was raised pretty observantly Jewish from from the stories that he tells. Like he didn't start using the name Alex until recently. His family still calls him by whatever his Hebrew name is. And he decides to go check out a Nazi meeting in Queens. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he has an incident on Twitter. I'm not going to tell his story.
He did this a while ago,
Yes,
right?
it was on Broadway.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's like his stage presence is just marvelous. Like he's so engaging, and the story is so insane. But
Yes.
it was interesting because he discusses, the quandary of white privilege as it applies to Jewish people who some people think look white enough to be considered white, and other people are like, oh, you'll never be white. Like it's just, it's really, really fascinating, and it's a romp. It's
I
as
love
funny as
that.
that content could ever be.
Yes. Yeah, right. Right. And a great conversation to have in this cultural moment.
Hmm. Yeah. And
They
just
need to add a box on the ethnicity thing of like considered fake white.
I feel like a lot of people could go into that.
Yes. Yeah.
uh, yeah. Very interesting.
Oh, yay.
Highly recommend.
I
I realized
love
that I really do follow stand-up comedy a lot more than other people do. Like I listen to numerous podcasts.
Mhm.
Um I watch quite a bit. And I do still occasionally kind of regret that I never tried harder to get into it, except for your reward for being good at stand-up is that you have to hang out with men in dirty basements, and then if you get even better than that, then you are alone traipsing
Yeah.
through the country by
Right.
yourself. Fuck that. It's for the
And
birds.
here is that beautiful, moment where I'm like, I wonder if you could change a paradigm.
Well,
Right?
sure. Yeah. That's what Hannah Gadsby did more or less. Like,
Totally.
yeah. But
Totally. But also if you wanted to make it a more communal thing, I guess Hannah did that too with like that new special on Netflix where a whole bunch of like very
oh, it's
queer.
great. It's great.
Yeah?
It's great. Yeah. That one's fantastic. What a great showcase for yes. It is
Mhm.
changing a little bit. And especially in New York and stuff like that, people are making their own way, but at some point you have to cross that threshold. Like you have to be
Yeah.
willing to play with the mediocre white men who just want to hump a mic stand. Like you have to.
Mhm.
But the storytelling side of things, anyway, it's fine. I don't have any major regrets. I'm happy to know that the most recent time that I did comedy, I was so funny that the male comics on the lineup wouldn't talk to me afterwards. So
I really hate how universal that experience is.
I wasn't expecting that.
Ugh.
I literally stuck my head in the green room and I was like, "Oh, are these the beers that she put out, that the host put out for everybody?" 3 men looked at me and then went back to their conversation.
Unbelievable.
And then it happened again with something else where someone just like did not talk to me.
I hate it.
I liked it.
It was affirming for you, wasn't it? Like,
It really
yeah,
was.
bitch, you know I'm good.
Yep.
You know I'm so good it makes you angry.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing I like better.
What a waste of an emotion. You know what
Yeah,
I
but there's nothing like delighting in someone else hating
mean? No,
you.
that is true.
That is the most delicious sauce.
Nom, 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 nom.
I
Sprinkle on a little more bitterness on this bitch.
like it tangy. I just had a rare run-in on social media, which you were following, with some people were mad that Jersey City was painting a crosswalk rainbow colors for Pride, and our Pride is in August. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter when this happens. They do it every year. It affects absolutely nobody.
Zero. If anything, you can see a crosswalk better, which
Right.
saves lives.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
But people were like, well, can't we paint the American flag on the street for Flag Day? And then somebody who was an ex-Marine was like, hey, yeah, you could, but that is like disrespectful to the American flag. Like, if you want to go with like what the actual rules are about the
It
American
literally
flag.
says, "Don't tread on me."
Well, that's not the American flag, but yes, in that vein, yes. That is an American flag. And people were just like, we don't need this. And it was one seemingly heterosexual ex-military person who kept popping up, swatting people down. And I was like, he's got a brother, sister, somebody, kid. He's got somebody in his life who came out, and he's now like taking up the
Yep.
torch.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to watch that.
Oh, yay. Good on him.
Yeah, but then somebody was like, to me, like, delete your account. Nobody wants to see you. And I was like, people pay money to look at me.
I'm literally the almost mayor. People from not Jersey City want me to run for mayor.
I have a friend who went over to another friend's house recently and was like, somehow I came up and they were like, oh my God, I know Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't mess with me. I don't, the politics of politics are so terrible, but I would just like to be in charge without having to be mayor.
That's right.
Can I just be the queen?
I mean, you kind of are.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, you already are the host and MC of like every cultural thing that the city does. You're the Uncle Floyd of Jersey City.
All my dreams just came true. Oh, if you don't know who Uncle Floyd is, I don't know how to explain him to you, but you should Google him. He's a New Jersey icon.
Lillian has tried to call him, and she's pretty sure he pretends to be his own assistant.
Which, no shame, I do it too.
Hey, it's a boss move.
But yeah, when we were trying to do we were doing our fucking Jersey podcast, and he's got a phone number on the website because he's old, and I called it, and it was definitely him. It was definitely him, and he was like, Floyd doesn't have anything to, Floyd doesn't do podcasts and doesn't have anything to promote right now anyway, so thanks anyway, kid, kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, okay, Uncle Floyd's assistant.
Can you imagine if he actually hired someone just as salty and old and male as he is? And he was like, all right, Ronnie, you're on the phones. And Ronnie's like, you got it, boss.
Aye, aye, Captain. That's so good. He's just like a dude who looks like Jimmy Durante.
Bingo.
Mr. Floyd says.
Yes. Some real Polly Walnut shit.
Oh, man. What a delight. Shall we talk about heat?
Let's have a little refreshing spritz. Happy current end of the heat wave, fuck buddies.
Yeah, thank
Oh
God.
my fucking God.
Oh.
It has been a relentless.
There's been no air in the air for sure. I am very grateful to have central air conditioning, and even with that, on the days where it's like 93, I'm watching my little Ecobee thing and it's set to 74, let's say, and then it's like climbing to 76. It's like still supposed to
Oh.
be 74, but it can't handle it. And it's like, what about 77? How about that?
So tragic. Yes. Yeah.
Ugh.
It just can't. It can't hold on to it.
Yeah. When I was younger, and I hate the heat. Like I hate the heat. When I was younger, I don't think I really had much of a concept of how hot was, but our air conditioning went out, God, when I was in like maybe middle school, and then we just never got it fixed. So I don't remember when the heat went out, but to be honest, dealing with like space heaters is a little bit more my speed than having no AC. And when it's hot, you know what I mean? I would rather be pretty cold and then be able to like huddle in front of a space heater to function versus having nowhere to hide except for the Virgil I. Grissom Library, which was my favorite haunt when it was too hot to function.
Yes. God bless a library.
In Newport News. Oh, God bless a library. And you know they're cutting all the funding for that in New York too. There's some libraries that if things pass the way they want to, won't be open on the weekends.
That's
I know. Yeah.
the only time it should be open. What?
I mean,
when else
should be open always.
Go to a fucking library,
right? He wrecked everything. New York is just fraying at the seams. But yeah, my mom used to we would go to the library and pretty much stay until she got hungry. Yeah. Didn't matter if I was hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, but like we would maybe have like a Hardee's breakfast probably at like 10:45 just before they stopped serving breakfast. So I would have like I don't know, a little biscuits and gravy or a cinnamon roll or something like that. And then we would camp out at the library until my mom got hungry. And then we would probably go have more fast food on the way home.
Yeah. And then come back? Then go to the library again? Like,
no,
just take
probably
little
not.
breaks?
Nah. If I was by myself at like the Williamsburg Library, which did happen sometimes, I would wander down the street and eat something and then go back. My mom did not like for me to be left by myself, even when I was well into my teens. So there were definitely times when she had things to do where I would just get dropped off at the library, which is fine. I could fend for myself by age 12, for sure. No problem. But my mom was like, CPS, they'll come and take you away. And I was like,
For
please,
this?
please. Mother, may I?
Mother, is that not your concern every other day of the year?
Right, exactly. I'm more concerned with me being in the house at all, let alone.
Yeah! Oh my God.
Alone doesn't matter.
Immediately.
But I remember in the summer, so we also didn't have, before we didn't have running water, we didn't have hot water. So there was like a moment in time before my mom broke down and started taking us to a laundromat where we were just doing cold water laundry, wringing it out and hanging it up by hand, which is fucking miserable. That is a miserable way to be.
You couldn't use your hands for the rest of the week, I bet.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God.
For sure not. Yeah, so like it wouldn't spin the water out properly. So we had to wring everything, and then yes. So I had a lot of t-shirts that just had big yellow stains around the neck and the armpit from not having been washed enough.
No.
And I wouldn't wear them out of the house.
Right.
But I would be like, guess this is what I'm wearing to hang out in the house.
Even just knowing that you have.
And I didn't notice it for a while. And then when I did, I was like, well, it's official. This is disgusting. One
Oh.
more new gross thing for this house. But yeah, my mom would sleep late till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And so I was just like kicking around in the heat in the summer by myself, trying to figure out how I wanted to entertain myself. And sometimes that involved just like going out and frolicking in the woods.
Sure. Standing in back of the mosquito mister.
Right.
That shit is cold.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys know? Do they still do this? Do they still send trucks around to places just spraying chemicals in the air?
Maybe.
I think
I
Wanda
have to
Sykes
pay
has
for
a
it.
joke about that. There's a comedian who has a
Jesus.
great joke about that.
My mom, yes, it is. It's Wanda Sykes. And when my mom watched that special, she was like, "Oh, we did that every day." And I'm like,
Oh man, it is absolutely astounding any of us are still here.
it really is. And I think it's a preserver somehow. It's a preservative. That's what they're saying. I don't know if you. It's so wild because now at 40, like, and you and I are both baby-faced people.
Mhm.
I'm finally really feeling like, oh, I don't even fucking understand people in their 20s anymore. I
Mm.
mean, it's pretty distinct. Like, I think just the way that these generations are cut up, and I think that's specifically because of the internet. Like,
Mm.
you know, boomers had a lot of years, and Gen X had a lot of years, and millennials had a lot of years, and like, we speak the same language by and large because we grew up just with people and books and society and not just a tiny nuclear device that changes your life every single day.
Uh-huh.
But
People and
the
books.
can you
How
imagine?
choogy.
Right.
Right.
I got it. Okay, so like it's about the Gen Zers who are all getting, you know, stuff in their face and right are a little bit more, I think, bend to the will of Instaface than let's say millennials and older.
Oh, you're talking about injections and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're like, why do millennials not look old? And we're like, bitch, because we still had to drink milk. Because everything we ate had preservatives. And now you live in a clean earth where nobody drinks real milk anymore and nobody does. I mean, I'm not saying any of these things is better than the other, but I am saying, like, wow, you think as a 40-year-old I'm supposed to look like a crone? And you think, and all these, you know, 20-year-olds like look like real fucking adults. And
Mhm.
you and I, when we were 20, looked 11.
Yes. Correct.
Just a little interesting.
Well, and you
Schism.
know, the way clothing trends changed too. Like this was whenever Saltburn came out.
Yeah.
Like a few weeks after Saltburn, somebody in Brooklyn was having a Saltburn themed party. And it was so funny to me I was like, I don't even know what I would wear to an early 2000s costume party. Like, what is that? I don't know what that looks like exactly. But there were 2 young women. I was behind them and they were both wearing tight jeans that were cuffed at the bottom and then like pedal pushers kind of, and then big, like, oh, I stole this blazer from my boyfriend kind of jackets with like great big, like men's suit jackets with
Huh.
padding in the shoulders. And what's funny is that they weren't going to the Saltburn party. I overheard them. Like, I followed them for a little bit because I was like, is that where they're going? No, that's not where they were going. That's just how they decided to each dress
I
to
don't
go
get
out
it.
on the town that night. And I was
don't
like,
get it.
oh,
Weird.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Very weird.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird.
Um,
Oh my God. I was born in late June, and I can't handle heat. It's not because I am fat. I just am not made for heat. My mom was so concerned because I wouldn't stop crying in like an alarming way when in the weeks after I was born. and she took me to the doctor, and the doctor was like, she's hot. She's a hot little baby.
Oh.
You like, don't put her in stuff. Don't swaddle her and stuff. I remain hot and unswaddled at 40 years old. So, like, that's how it began. And still, like, the worst days of my young life were field days, because they always fucking happened on like the first really hot day in April or May, right? Like an outstanding one. It's the UV index is astronomical, and it's like 85,
Right.
and there's a bunch of children with no water. Oh, another generational difference, which is hilarious because I didn't remember this until I saw it, is like these, related to the milk. They're like, if you guys didn't drink water, what did you drink? And we're like, milk. We drank milk with everything all the time.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and Kool-Aid. Yes. And they were like, well, didn't you have water in school? And someone in the comments reminded me, I'm so grateful they wrote it, because it was fucking crazy, right? What they were like, no, you all had to use a drinking fountain, and there were time limits.
Yes.
You would get policed. People would tell you that's enough after you had like a sip of water.
Yeah, somebody would count. They would I was about to say they wouldn't hire a child. One child would be dubbed the fucking water cop.
Snitch.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what a hall monitor was.
Like, holy shit, that's right. I knew we didn't.
It was propaganda.
Yes. And I was like, oh my God, we basically had like 5 sips of water a day. And that was enough. That was enough.
Oh, I mean, I was always thirsty. I was always thirsty. And that, yeah, if we were at camp, though, it's not like we all carried around drinking bottles full of water.
Right.
There was a motherfucking spigot.
Yep.
If you needed to drink water at the campsite.
You drank from the hose. I love hose water. God, it's my favorite.
I've had plenty.
I have not had hose water as an adult. Although I would probably drink my mom's house's hose water.
There was a lot. So I grew up on well water, and a lot of people in my area had that too, which straight up had sand in it. Like if you took a bath, maybe it was just our filtration system that would track.
That's possible.
But there was always silt at the bottom of a bathtub.
Oh no.
Always. So we only drank bottled water at home, which meant at some point, we would run out of it. And my mom would be too asleep to go out and get more.
No.
So then you would just have soda or whatever the hell else was already there.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I can't. I too am a hot unswaddled baby. I just I sweat all the time. And my hair, that was one of the first things when I started doing burlesque. I was trying to do pinup hair. But then on the way, even if it's not particularly hot out, if you go down into the subway in New York, it is in the summer. It's disgusting. You're walking into the mouth of a very dyspeptic dragon. And and I could just feel my hair melting. That's why I started learning. I was like, I have to learn how to do wigs because I cannot perform looking like a drowned rat.
Oh, dreadful.
Those are definitely my mom's words also. Drowned rat.
Yeah. Thanks, Marsha. Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very, very hot little baby. Hated field days. Camp was always so hard.
Before we go on, was there anything about field day that you liked? Because I like the concept of field day because I'm very competitive.
I did not like. No, first of all, A, I couldn't do anything. B, B, the kids were so mean to me, even meaner
Mm.
than they usually were in gym class because it was so competitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
3, unrelenting son.
Yeah.
4, for not learning things
Sure.
in the dark, which I vastly would have preferred. No, I loathed every single element of a field day. What did you excel in at field day? What I'm
So anything
fascinated.
that involved a little bit of savvy, like the littlest bit of savvy. For example, a 3-legged race, right? You don't have to be fast. You just have to be the one who doesn't fall down. For anyone who might not know what a 3-legged race is, like you've got your arm around somebody and you've got your whatever your legs are that are side by side, you tie them together. Usually at the knee and at the ankle, which probably nobody does anymore because it sounds like a big insurance risk. And then you have to coordinate how you run together without one person going too fast. So it's not about going fast, it's about going the same speed and about being connected with somebody. So we did that a couple of times with different friends and we did great. We probably didn't win, but like there was something really satisfying about being like dusting the skinny kids because they were all just like run and
yeah.
hadn't thought about it at all.
And then they bit it.
Yeah, it was strategy. There were strategy games.
Okay.
Also, I was weirdly good at the raw egg toss, which I also hope they don't still do anymore. At some point, I don't remember if I started to or if they made us. The first time I ever did the egg toss, the egg broke on me. And then I still had to wear my clothes outside during the whole field day.
What the fuck? Why do they not have t-shirts at the ready?
Well, ponchos is what eventually happened. Which is that's better than like then you don't have to change clothes somewhere, but still like a smock or what have you. But that and then also the balancing an egg on a spoon thing. Because again, it's not how fast you go. It's like how careful you're being and how many different ways can you split your focus. It's literally an ADHD kid's dream come true.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
can I walk and chew gum and balance an egg at the same time? Yes, I can do all of these things.
Bitch, yes.
Yep. I was waiting for this. But then it would end with the day would end with a softball game between the students and the teachers, and that I could not have given less of a half a shit about. Like I was like, can I change out of my egg drop soup shirt, please?
No. Tragic.
It was pretty gross.
Tragic.
And yeah, again, no tents set up anywhere. I think at some point we probably got a Capri Sun, but definitely not water. And we were probably told to like bring a hat and a fanny pack or something stupid. And usually like an orange that I don't like peeling an orange. There's something I think sensory about it to me. I'll eat an orange, but I would prefer it if somebody else peeled it.
I am a voracious orange peeler.
Oh, amazing.
I enjoy it a lot,
I'll produce your show and you can peel my oranges.
Deal.
Then there was always like some weird snack that a mom would bring though. Sometimes it was like an orange with like a peppermint stick stuck in it, which how fucking nasty is that?
I've never heard of that. I just know that that's like the Tropicana logo as the straw, right?
Well, as the straw. It's supposed to look like that, but in reality, you ever had orange juice after you brush your teeth? Why do you want to have a whole snack like that? That's terrible. It's demented. And then somebody would be like, do you want some ants on a log? And I'm like, do I want a piece of celery with cream cheese or peanut butter, depending on how weird your mom was, and then raisins on it that's been sitting in an ice cooler where the cool is only coming from one direction. So like the bottom part of the actual celery is frozen and then the other part has weepy dewdrops on it. Fuck that. Who raised us?
Nobody.
That's why we're so innovative, though.
That's right.
We've been trying to get around the nonsense our entire lives.
No. So So my ancestral home is sadly not in the woods, which is the most tragic thing about it. Why did you look as though there
Sorry.
were a copse
No,
of
my cat.
woods?
Sorry, my cat was making a noise. Sorry. I wasn't like, talk to the hand.
It looked like you were looking all around at the trees that surround. So it's on an acre of land, and there are no trees to really break the setting of the sun. So the western side of the house faces the sunset, and it bakes, my dude. It cooks. And my parents put in central only after I had gone to college. I think
nice.
the year that I graduated from college, they finally put in central, which is a godsend. But before that, we were relying on window units. And my parents would make me turn it off when it was bedtime. Like, I couldn't sleep with it on. It was only on during, like, the daylight hours to help cool down. But as you said about your central, like, struggling to keep it at 74 and it going to 77, 78, it just got so hot in there.
Ew.
And there were times that I, like, secretly tried to turn it on, and I was sure that my parents would see it, like, on the electric bill. Because, you know, there was always, like, there's too much electricity. It's too expensive.
Right.
And listen, as a grown-ass woman, I will happily pay for air conditioning.
Oh, yes, please.
It is so worth it. It's so worth it. But yeah, so like the sun would set on both of the bedrooms, mine and my parents, and I don't know how they dealt with it. They just are not made like I am made. This sensitive little being who's just so hot all the time.
Yeah, some people just are not endothermic. Some people are lizards who need the warmth of the sun and enjoy it, and don't sweat.
Yeah. Wild. So it's like that's what summer was every year. And also I'm so sensitive to light blockage. I don't like it. I like always having windows fully. It like affects my mental health.
Yeah,
and
me
as a
too.
person who, and that's not always the rule for me. So it's a picky choosy kind of thing. But I don't know. I get really weird about windows being blocked by curtains, by window air conditioner units. And so I would also feel really anxious. I would feel so anxious by my window being blocked out by this big thing when, like, I should be seeing more light. And even though I needed it to be cool, I remember being distinctly relieved when they would take it out.
Oh.
And it would be done for like, it was a very weird sensation. So that's kind of like the floorboards of how I feel about heat.
Right.
And then as I got older, I would just like fully soak my clothes. Like I would go out into the sprinkler in my clothes so that they would stay wet on my skin.
Wow.
Like I never ever was mad about someone, you know, like just like, you know, like spraying you with a little water or like walking through a sprinkler. I was like, thank you for the respite. This is heaven. And college was the worst because they arbitrarily would turn the AC on and off, right? There was a cutoff date, and it was probably the end of September. As of October 1st, it is on heat.
Fucked up. Oh my God.
Because I tell you what, like climate change right now is a doozy, but even back then, like we would get some hot October days, and so you'd have to open the window and gasp out into the air. Dreadful.
Wow.
Dreadful. And I started to learn to take really cold showers right before bed, just like douse myself before bed. And more recently, the summer that I was in Minnesota, so summer of 22, there was what's called a heat dome.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And it just trapped everything. And so I, like, lived in the clawfoot tub there.
Oh,
I
God, I bet.
just
That's
kept it
amazing.
full of cold water, and I would just immerse and submerge myself as much as I could. And um and we had one air conditioner, and it was a rolling unit, right? You'd put
Oh
the
God, yeah,
two.
uh-huh.
So it was in the bedroom at night, and it could barely keep it cool.
Mm.
And then in the morning, we would wheel it out. We'd take it out of the window. We would wheel it out into the living room, clamp down the window, like throw up some little like DIY sheet separators to keep it in. And we did this waltz every single day in the morning and at night.
This is a terrible story.
It was so bad. It
Oh.
was so bad. Um I was in LA once. No. I mean, I was in LA lots of times. But when I go, I always end up going in September, which is honestly my number one mistake because September is so hot there.
Mm.
And when I stay with my friend Drea, whom I love so much, she lives in the valley and her place just cooks like a rotisserie chicken. So I learned this trick then where I would go and just like soak myself in cold water, and I bought like shitty peppermint lotion, like just
Ooh, smart,
any
yeah.
old brand, and I would coat my body in peppermint lotion, and I would like, paper doll walk back to the bed and put like 3 fans on me and just like sleep like this, letting the peppermint evaporate off of me.
Wow.
And then as soon as the sun goes down, it's like 60 degrees, so that's fucking crazy. But I have had to be very innovative and
Oh my God. Yes, I understand that. So do you know, like that's where I don't know if specifically, I think it was for muscles, but that's what rubbing alcohol, that's where that comes from. Like you can put it
oh.
on your body to cool you down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I've
Then
never
you
done
have
that.
put alcohol on your body and you need
Yeah.
to re-moisturize. But
Yeah.
um yeah, I mean, I remember in college how did I was so desperate to get away from my mom that I was like, sure, I'll go to school in Florida with the no air conditioning.
Totally.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Who let me do that? And I remember being awake because it was so hot I couldn't sleep with my whole face in a box fan, basically. Like the box fan like 5 inches away from my face,
Oh.
just trying to like get through the night. Sometimes I would get up and take a shower, and then I would go to our school library and take naps in the chairs in the air conditioning during the day.
Yeah.
But like we also couldn't afford to run the air when we moved off campus. So like we would do it every so often when it was really, really bad, but it didn't help too much. Also, April is cold all the time, my bestie, who I lived with for most of the time. And I remember when Chris was dating somebody, so he was in one of the bedrooms with the person that he was dating, and then April and I were sharing the other bedroom in this little place, and she woke up in the middle of the night and she goes, "What the fuck?" Like a monster, throws her blankets everywhere, slams open our bedroom door, and the thermostat was right there. Whoever Chris was dating had come and turned it way down. And
you were so happy, weren't you?
oh, I woke up and I was like, how nice.
Blissed out.
But she like turned it off and she stood outside their door and was like, Christopher! She took any someone making her be cold as like a threat on her life.
Yes.
So I was just like unpleasantly moist. I was thinking the other day, because I now have an anti-chafe stick that everybody seems to have ones that they like better than others. Although I just met someone who was chubby who didn't know that these things existed. I will still say that like the single most obvious sign of fat phobia in our society is that there are these incredible remedies for runners to keep your body from chafing.
Mm.
And it is not at all, like, maybe just now starting to be marketed to fat people. There are products like Mega Babe and things like that that have just straight up been like, this is for
Yeah,
everybody. This is for
Chub
skin
Rub.
folds. Like, we're not scared to say
Yeah.
chub rub. We're not scared to say skin folds. There's a powder called anti-monkey butt. Like, there's all of these products now, but if I could go back in time and tell my little baby self one thing, literally only one thing, I would tell myself to figure out what the anti-chafe stuff was, because
Oh, 100%.
powder wasn't it. Powder doesn't do it for very long for me, because once the powder gets sweaty, it's over. And I limited myself so much, because I didn't wear socks, because I didn't like re-wearing socks, and we didn't get to the laundromat enough for me to have clean socks all the time. So I just straight up didn't wear socks for a while, which made my shoes gross.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it somehow seemed better than wearing socks. So I didn't.
Yeah.
So then I had blisters all the time, so I didn't want to walk around or run around anywhere. And if I was going out anywhere and I was wearing clothes, like few enough clothes that I would be happy and comfortable, then my thighs would eat each other, and then I would be miserable for a whole week. And these two things are not why I'm fat, but they're certainly two things as to why I never got more athletic or thinner.
100%. Yes.
Unreal. And like, I remember putting on like gym shorts and then having to go directly out and run around and like start my school day with chafed thighs.
Oh.
And
awful.
And our gym teacher was like an old fat lesbian. She had to have seen me doing that weird little waddle.
Yes.
She had to have known. Nobody ever came to offer me any sort of respite or any options. Like, the things, God damn it, I raised myself. Like,
yeah, right.
But if there's one thing, and so I would talk about it all the time, I like Body Glide. They have some that comes in a tube now that stays slightly damp, which I don't like. But it goes on like a deodorant, but it doesn't have whatever the harmful stuff that's in deodorant that you don't want to put around your nether regions. And it lasts all day, and it makes me able to wear pretty dresses, which is gender affirming. Yes. And I can put it on my blisters for my feet when my feet feel like that. It's the single greatest. It has the thing that has changed my life more than Adderall, more than anything else.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
But anytime I think, and I think I found it about 15 years ago, and it was because Don's cousin was doing the fucking New York triathlon where she swam in the Hudson River. But she had gotten a bunch of samples of products, including like a chamois cream and then another anti-chafe thing. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah. Hello? For me, please? I would like. And also it's crazy because like you should be able to buy these things in the grocery store right next to the deodorant or like whatever, the feminine products, right, or whatever. Vagisil actually used to make an anti-chafe cream that was pretty nice, but then you had to buy a tube that said Vagisil on it, which is now right. Vagisil. But yeah, you can't, like, I have to keep up on what I have, and I have to order it when I don't have anymore. And if I'm out somewhere, I will use deodorant if I have to, which you shouldn't do that. But anyway.
Oh, is it harmful if you use deodorant?
I mean, any of the ones that have aluminum in it, you're really not supposed to. It's not great. Fair. I don't have any peer-reviewed studies on it, but I imagine not the best.
This is like intensely TMI, but
yay.
In that vein, and I only say it in hopes that it might help someone, especially because a lot of people get very choosy with what they like to shave now. So I also, oh God, the amount of pure, like, just raging thighs, and in the few years of my early college, I think. I was like shaving my bikini line and it was absolute hell.
Mm.
Hell on earth. But what I have begun doing in my 30s and beyond is as soon as it's like hot for the season, as soon as it's May and pretty much through October, I stop shaving my inner thighs. And so, like, from my knee on up on the inside, it's just like downy fluff because I found that no matter what, like, even though you've got chub rub, the thing that seems to make it so bad and painful is generally that shorn skin is rubbing against shorn skin. So I have found that I don't even need anti-chafing stuff unless I'm doing something crazy like a triathlon, right? But like for general daily activities, I just have, you know, some little downy hair, and then I do, you know, then I do something different in October.
So today I learned that anyone shaves their inner thighs. I don't have hair above my knees, really.
Oh,
I
I
have
think
almost
maybe
no
you
hair.
and Jory have the same condition.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so. Gonna get checked out. But yeah, that's I've never ever done that. I've shaved the back of my knees for sure because at some point I could feel that I had like one really
prickle?
long hair behind my knee, like a really like a inch or two behind my knee that I had just never noticed. And then I was like, "Oh God, who's been looking at that?" So I'll do that, but I really am my hair is so fine. Like,
Yes.
so I'm lucky about that. But my skin is also so soft and so easily damaged that like I feel like if I had started using that anti-chafe stuff earlier, I have a little it's not bad, but I have some discoloration on my thighs from having them rub together my entire
Of
youth.
course.
And you know, that gets worse for not worse, more pronounced for people with darker skin. And things like that, and can be a source of consternation for people. And if we had
consternation,
when I think about the welcome box that I got at Flagler College, which had like a little spray bottle of CK1, and those the whole campus smelled like CK1. The whole campus.
Oh my god.
And I gave mine away immediately because I was like, ugh. Not my thing, but I couldn't get away from it. Like everybody was just marinated in it for like the first 2 weeks of school. And then I don't know what it had in the boys box, but in the pink box it had some tampons, and then it had some Vivarin, which was the caffeine pills.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine being the advisor who was tasked with giving out orientation boxes just full of drugs and axe, essentially?
Yeah, more or less. I think the boys did have some kind of axe something. And I think that there was maybe like a toothbrush and some scope or something. It was definitely like a product box that some Johnson & Johnson or whoever had like put together that had a branded outside of it and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and that should have had a body glide stick
100%.
for everybody, because boys, or you know, people with testicles, that I understand gets chafy also.
Ugh, yikes. Yeah.
Bodies are gross. Just really quick, when you were talking about like running things and like taking showers and stuff, my mom was convinced, and this might be true, I don't know, I never saw the light bill, but she was convinced that if you use the hot water for a shower during peak hours, just like how it was cheaper to call somebody long distance late at night, it was cheaper to use energy late at night, or so she said. And so if I didn't get up early enough, if I didn't get up before 9 o'clock, which nobody in our house was doing, on a summer Monday or Tuesday when nothing else was going on, I couldn't take a shower until later on that night.
No.
I was not allowed to.
You know,
And
it
the
was a
one
difference of like 20 cents,
right,
if anything.
right. And the one time I did, I thought I would get away with it, but my mom like woke up at 2 or 3 and saw that there was still like wet in the shower.
Oh no.
And she screamed at me. And then when the bill came, she told me that shower cost $20, which you know it didn't.
No. I would believe now that that a shower might cost $20 because we live in hell.
Everything costs $20. You can't have lunch for like under 30.
Dude, I feel confident that this was not part of your upbringing, but like can you imagine being a kid right now and like getting an allowance? And like for a middle class kid in the 90s, allowance might have been like $5 or $10 a week, depending on your chores, right?
Yep.
Very, very small amount of money. Can you imagine what allowance must be right now to even be motivating?
Right. Like $25 at least.
At least. More. But how could a parent pay for more? Like, it's also crazy.
Sure. No. Nothing makes sense, and everything is just wildly.
It's so crazy.
It's so crazy.
Old man yells at cloud, my dude. It's me every fucking day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I will say the one nice memory about heat and summer. I have two. One is that our property, which was 3 acres of land, that those balloons again.
It loves when you talk about heat waves.
I guess so. We're doing Google Meet, and every so often I do or say something that triggers a weird like confetti or balloon explosion.
It's so great.
It's a little Easter egg for you guys who are watching this. We had blackberry bushes all up and down our very long, 1/4 of a mile long driveway. And that was one of the things where, so left unattended, if I wanted to give myself little tasks, I would go down by myself to get the mail, which again, it wasn't forever far, but it was
far.
Pretty
it was
far.
Like a half a mile? That
1/4
driveway?
mile.
1/4 mile. Not nothing.
So there and back is a half a mile. And I would keep an eye on the blackberries and see if they were getting ripe. And then when they finally got ripe, it was like so many fucking blackberries. And I remember taking it was a bucket. There was I think they still do this, but at McDonald's they do a thing where they give you like trick or treat buckets instead of the dumb like little Happy Meal thing. Yeah.
Pumpkin.
So I would wash one of those out, and I would walk along, and I would like watch my hands get scraped up and bloody because blackberry thorns are rough. But I would be like, they're mine. And like the big ones would be almost the length of my thumb. We would get huge ones. And I liked those because they were kind of meaty. And then the little ones were more tender and they were sweeter. And so they ripened at different, like I had a whole blackberry thing, and we never did much with them. Sometimes my mom would make jam, but we usually just like ate them and then picked the seeds out of our teeth forever. And then we had but the smell of that, like the smell of being in the woods, even if it was hot, we still very shadowy in the woods, by myself, nobody bugging me. I could like walk up to the anthills and kick the sand back in the anthill and go pick some more berries and look at the buttercups and do that.
Oh my God.
Silly
so
pastoral crap.
That's some blueberries for Sal shit.
Yes.
It's a blueberries for Sal summer.
That's very funny. I think that's one of Don's favorite books from childhood. But yeah, just like the smell of the warmth, the sun warmed berries.
Oh!
Yeah, it was just so great. And then we also had apple trees in the backyard that I don't know what happened, but they stopped bearing fruit after a certain period of time. Um, but going out to pick the apples and smelling the apples that had already fallen on the ground and that were like starting to get a little cidery, I really liked
Ooh.
that for some reason.
I love that you have good memories because I have good memories with one and bad with another. So
With
with like yard fruit.
oh.
With yard fruit. So so we used to it's so tragic. Like in my hometown on my street, like I guess because it was all developed at the same time, let's say in the 50s. All like it's just that time. All those trees that were planted are dead or dying.
Mm,
And so they're all like falling out. But when we first moved in, um there were two big maple trees in front, maybe three, two or three big maple trees in front, huge ones. And then in back, two apple trees and a cherry tree.
oh, mm-hmm.
And we hung the hammock between the cherry tree and the apple tree, and they would fall down and like into my mouth. And picking cherries was a fucking joy.
Oh.
And the apples were pretty good too. We got a cider press one year when I was very young. It was
Fun.
like, you know, one of my father's like bizarre 5-minute long obsessions. So we got a cider press and we got a big scoopy tool that like half looks like a rake, but there's a basket attached to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
to pick
that's
the apples. Yep.
that's how we would pick the apples. And then we would make them into cider, and the cider was so fucking good. I mean, it was messy, hard work, but it was great. The tragedy comes in when I'm old enough to be the one where one of my chores is raking up and putting all the fallen apples in a wheelbarrow and carting them off to the back of the property and letting them just become mulch. Because at that point, it's like September, October. It's still fucking hot outside. And worse yet, it's yellow jacket season.
Oh, no. Oh, no,
Dude,
no.
So many of these fallen apples were, you know, like rotting and soft and brown, and yellow jackets had burrowed into them.
Oh, God.
And I'd pick one up and it would be vibrating, and I was like, what? And then I'd run inside and my dad would be like, get out there and do the job. And I was like, but
wow.
But it's
Will
full
you
of
take me to
terrible.
the emergency room when I am covered in yellow jacket stains?
I hated it. It was the worst chore ever. It was so terrifying. But in the blackberry vein, we had these bushes. Are you familiar with wineberries?
No.
Wineberries are technically an invasive species. I think they're native to like Japan, but they were brought over here and they take over anything. They're like mint or ivy. They take over. And so somebody at some point brought in wineberry bushes to like the perimeter of the property, but they make these small, like deep berry color, like winey. They look like red wine. These small little smaller than raspberries, fruits, and they are so delicious. And so my mom would say, let's go berry picking, and we would just go along the perimeter and like put them in a bowl, and they'd come off of the little like fuzzy bulbs so easily. I ate so many wineberries, and then maybe early June, Jory and I took the dogs to a local like preserve, and I saw the leaves everywhere, and I was like, I think it's wineberries. I think this is the wineberries. And I but they hadn't fruited yet, so I should go and do a little foraging walk, because it was one of my favorite parts of childhood.
That's amazing.
And
I wonder if they're the same thing that we used to call wild strawberries. Did they look enough like a strawberry that it could?
They looked exactly like raspberries.
Oh, okay. So when you said
Except
fuzzy
smaller.
bulb, yeah, these looked like very tiny strawberries, even with like the little spiky greens around the top. And my mom would be like, "Those are poisonous." And I remember being like, "I bet they're not."
Were they perfectly round? Were they
No. They look
Oh,
like a strawberry. They
then
look
they
like a
should
tiny
be
little
edible.
strawberry.
I think they are just wild strawberries. Because then there's the ones that are just for birds. It's so weird to
Oh,
say
I know the little
things.
round ones. I know what you're talking about. I know what those are. Yeah, the ones that make the birds poop purple all over your car.
Yeah. Right, there's those, yes. And then there's one that there are ones that have like they look like strawberry seeds and they look like strawberry leaves, but they're just perfect little orbs and they're like a little uncannily red.
Huh.
Like
No,
they're
no,
just a
no.
little too bright.
No, I don't know those.
Yeah, they're not for people, I don't think. I did enjoy flexing my wineberry skills, like if we would be forced into a field day or something and I'd like wander to the perimeter hoping that I could get lost, or like if I took myself for a little walk during a game of softball, which I was also wont to do. And I loved being
Oh my gosh,
the
they
kid.
do look like raspberries.
Oh, they're delicious.
Oh, how cute.
They're wonderful.
I wonder if we didn't have these also because we had ones that I thought were raspberries, but this yellow, like the in between ripening, I bet we had these.
Yeah, they're very invasive, and especially on the East Coast, I would not be shocked at all if you had encountered them.
They're edible with no poisonous lookalikes. That's good to know.
Oh, that is really good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we had these. How funny.
Yeah.
All right. How interesting.
They're funsies. If you have a little visit with me sometime this summer, we'll go picking.
Yeah.
Picking.
Their Latin name is Rubus phoeniciolaceus.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Lovely.
those rubuses in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. They're from the rose family.
Oh.
But you're right, they're native to China, Japan, and Korea.
I love that. They're so good. They're so good. Oh, yeah. That's like pure good, only wonderful memories. And then I would like when I would take myself on these little walks, and they'd be like, "What's Jen doing? You can't pick that. That's poison." I'm like, and I'd pick one and I'd put it in my mouth. I'm like, "What are you gonna do?"
Right, exactly.
Me just eating berries like a little bear, like in the middle of field day. The adults just straight up giving up on me.
Oh my God. You're like, sorry, it's snack time. I'm not having your shit ass ants on a log. I'm out here. I'm going to fend for myself.
Yes, totally. Oh my God. And because stuff like that grew in the yard, because we had apples, cherries, wineberries, I also, every time I thought I was going to run away, I was like, I can eat from the forest. That's good. That's all I need.
I love you.
I was like very set on it. And I would fill a little Ziploc bag with cat kibble. And that also.
You're like, I got this.
Unfortunate.
There's got to be protein in here.
Oh my God. Do you want to know the worst part about that though?
Whoa.
My parents let me.
Prepare to run away?
No. They let me eat kibble unchecked. And then I think it was so unchecked. I'm pretty certain that once, because I didn't know that they thought it was, they just did not prepare me for society in any way.
God.
They just didn't. I want to say I either brought it to like school or Girl Scouts or something. And like when my mom would be like, "It's not gonna hurt her," and like she's not wrong, but
emotionally,
they just had and who's the they? Like my father didn't fucking care. I don't think my mom instilled in me such a sense of self orientation, right?
Sure.
Self like propelled, like you're gonna be fine. It's fine. But there was no real molding of any sense of social mores or norms in a way that I think would have been very helpful.
That's
Don't
so
eat
interesting.
cat food in front of other children.
Correct.
When you get dressed, you have to include pants.
She'll be fine. You're fine.
I'm like, I mean, yeah, I love the belief in my independence. They totally fostered my mind, but
Sure.
I was not like not ever taking me down the shore, which
Mm.
fine insofar as not liking the shore, but not that's the real tragedy of our Heatwaves episode here. I never ever 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 went to the shore as a child.
Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's
And like
crazy.
I almost don't even blame them for not liking the shore and not wanting to go and that not being like the thing we did. But I then had no chance socially because I didn't know what these places were.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, yeah, Seaside Heights. Oh yeah, Wildwood. Like not like just an introduction. Just give me an introductory course, guys, so that I have a chance in being in a room full of my peers and not immediately ostracized and seen as a total freak for never having been to Seaside Heights, to Point Pleasant, to wherever. I think Seaside and Wildwood were like the places that you absolutely had to know of and have a sense of and like have a story from.
Yeah.
Everything else seemed like it was, you know, like, oh, your family did this and their family did that, but like.
Oh, we had a little bit of that in that the beach that I grew up with was the beach on the York River. And it was like people swam in it. Like I remember, again, where was anyone taking care of me? But when my family was opening up the museum, it was definitely, there was a 4th of July where the museum was up and running. It might have been the second one because the first one it didn't actually open, even though it was supposed to. Anyway, I remember sitting again in the sun in my bathing suit as a child. And like maybe my sister was there and like taking a nap in the sun, which she did a whole lot.
Oh, she's got skin for it.
Yeah. My sister's olive skinned, and I was not, and am still not. Yeah, and it was just wall to wall people. It was like packed with people to the point where it wasn't even fun to go down by the water. But that's what I grew up with. And then my friends would go down to like Kitty Hawk and the Outer Banks and stuff, which is great beach. Great.
I've never been.
Beaching. Oh,
how long did it take to get there?
Oh, not that long, but my mom's car didn't work, so it was definitely, we went down there once with Girl Scouts. That was the epic Girl Scout trip where there was like a huge rainstorm that ruined all of our tents, and then our car got hit by lightning going over a bridge while a water spout was forming over in the water.
Tell me this story. I've never heard this one. Oh, please.
I mean, we're at an hour and a half right now, so I'll write it down. I'll tell it next time.
Yeah, you definitely have to hook me up with
the
that one. Oh my
worst camping trip ever. Yeah, that was a mess.
Wow.
But yeah, I didn't understand beachy stuff. Virginia Beach was like the version of Seaside Heights, but down by us, where like a little trashy. You could get anything you wanted, airbrushed.
Yes.
A boardwalk, like a real boardwalk. Somebody selling those weird toys that light up and dogs that bark and like all that dumb stuff. And I remember, I think that I was in college by the time I actually went down to the beach part of Virginia Beach, and I was simultaneously like, oh, I totally get why my mom didn't want to come here, and I was like, but I would have loved it.
Yes.
I would have loved this. I would have loved a stupid airbrushed shirt with who cares what on it.
Totally.
Probably drama masks if I'm being real.
Or Looney Tunes characters.
Oh no, I didn't like that trend at all. I didn't like it at all.
I thought that was a cool trend. I had some of those shirts.
I had shoes with Looney Tunes on them, but when it started to become like Looney Tunes people doing things Looney Tunes guys wouldn't do, I was like, no. Tasmanian Devil would never do that. Why are you calling him Taz? You don't know him like that. Like
it was very non-canonical. You're not wrong.
Yeah, it was weird. Rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh my God. Tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD.
Jesus. I did, however, I wore for my graduation, because you had to wear white shoes. with the white graduation gown. I wore white Looney Tunes high tops with like a bunch of the Looney Tunes characters embroidered on the side that I got at Value City, and I was so impressed with myself. I have
This
never
was your
felt
high school
cooler.
graduation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Man,
the shit.
I was so cool. I
Oh
was
my
not
God,
cool.
graduation.
Narrator, she was not cool at all.
For my college graduation, which is always outside and always hot, right?
Ugh.
I
Ours was
made
inside and
the-
hot in Florida.
Oh no, that's worse.
It was in the
Is
gym.
that worse? That might be worse.
There was no
Maybe.
sun.
Yeah. Yeah, tough. Not great all around.
Nope.
I wore, of course, the cap and gown, which is all stifling, but underneath, I had this incredible vintage dress. It was pure, like, 60s polyester. It was by a vintage designer called Miss 60.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I know Miss 60.
Yes. And I had two blue Miss 60 dresses. One had a mock neck with like a rhinestone situation here. It was all in baby blue.
Okay.
Like a little bit richer than baby blue, but basically like light blue. And the mock neck one had chiffon sleeves, big balloon chiffon sleeves. They were both long gowns. And then the other one that I wore for my graduation had like some ivory crocheted lace.
I know
and
exactly what you're talking. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I wore that for my college graduation. It was such a beautiful dress. I loved it so fucking much. I can't believe I put myself in that much unbreathable fucking plastic ancient fabric. I
Oh.
was miserable and my hair was down. I don't know how I worked through that at all.
I mean, honestly, you just get used to being miserable as a kid.
Yeah,
Right?
you do.
Like you're like, well, I guess I have to do this thing. Great.
Mm-hmm. You could tell when it was not the norm when, like, at camp for me, if we were having an honest to God heat wave that wasn't just a regular hot summer day, you know, they would really scale back everything, and they were like, okay guys, today we're gonna take it easy, we're just gonna go to the pool, we're gonna be here under the pavilion, right? Like, everyone make sure you drink some water. Like, weird behavioral changes that now as an adult I'm like, oh, but as a kid I was like, oh, cool, an easy day.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh man, the pool at my church camp. I don't remember anything being very special about it, but like, fuck, it felt so fucking good.
Oh.
It felt so good.
Oh.
And we didn't have to wear swim caps. That was only at Girl Scout camp for some weird reason.
Yes, I hated that. Oh my
swim
God,
caps
I would let a
terrible.
little water come in because
Oh,
my
yeah.
head would get so hot, and
Oh
I
yeah,
would
you gotta.
go under and balloon it in there.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh, the swim caps killed me.
Yeah. That was more about making sure that the wrong kids weren't in the right kids weren't like that the kids who couldn't swim,
right.
so that you could easily see like where the kids who couldn't swim are.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. And my mom, again, one of those things where like I just didn't question anything. My mom sent me with that bright colored zinc oxide stuff that was like, I don't know why we thought that like doing war paint on our face was going to protect it from the sun.
Right.
But there was a whole thing where like you were supposed to make like a funny little design, which is haha hilarious until you get sunburned around that.
And then you have a terrible face tattoo.
Who?
No.
I only remember that happening once, but I was also the only kid who had that stuff, and it wasn't the kind of thing you could put all over your face because it was like paint. It was thick. It was the advent, I think, of mineral SPF, but before we understood how to thin it out enough so it looked like you weren't a mime.
Right.
And so I would just put it like a stripe on my nose and then a stripe under my cheeks, which is again fine, but what about the rest of your fucking face? And the ads, they would show, I think it was, the brand name was Zinka, Zinka. And they would just show a bunch of like giggling lifeguards who were like, "Oh, no, I've got these
Right,
stripes on my
right.
face. Boo!" What?
You just jogged my memory hard.
Yeah, that was a moment in time.
Oh my god. Wild.
Anyway, we hope that you're staying cool.
We
And
sure do. Enjoy this lapse in hell.
yeah, we're going up to the mountains, so I'm excited to be heading up to the Poconos with my family. Yeah, instead of going down to the beach this year, we're going to the Poconos.
Okay.
And we're gonna go to the indoor water park at Kalahari, and I cannot wait because almost all of them they're not like lay down like a corpse slides. Most of them are get in a tube with like 4 or 5 other people kind of things, and that's
exciting.
That's my jam. I mean, it's always weird because where do you put your feet? There's always too many feet. Too many feet. But there's less personal responsibility, right? Those things are engineered by people with degrees, unlike
Yes.
Action Park, and are safe enough for young children to use. So I'm excited to have this indoor, not get sunburned, fun, cute little water park experience.
Exciting. Is that this weekend?
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow.
So wonderful.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yay.
We rented a house with 4 bathrooms in it.
Hot fucking dog.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 of us, so.
10, really?
Yeah.
You and Dawn, your sister, her 2 kids,
Her husband.
her husband.
My sister has 3 kids, and each one of them has a girlfriend or a fiance.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
I know.
That's a
Ashley's
big
engaged.
group.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know.
That's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yay. Pocono summer sounds lovely.
Yeah, I think it's going to be rainy, but that's okay.
No problem. You're at Kalahari.
Yeah. Or we're inside a house that has a foosball table and a pool table and 4 bathrooms, if I may remind you.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Yep. And a hot tub.
Hell yeah, girl. You
Yeah.
guys are never going back to Ocean City ever again.
No. Not under those circumstances. It was
No.
like the same price.
This is the move.
Yeah.
That's rad.
So,
Yay. Well, have
All
the
right.
best time. We love you, fuck buddies. Ooh, I have a request for you. I have
Yeah.
a request for our fuck buddies. We have long desired to start making merch for y'all
haha.
because merch for things you like is really fun. And we want to know if there's anything in particular you'd like to request. Whether it's like, this is the thing that you guys say sometimes that makes me just giggle and it's like a refrain in my brain, or whether it's like, please make a keychain or whatever. If y'all could let us know, we would be very delighted to get that, in the works before something starts in earnest.
Yay. Sounds good.
Yay! Beautiful. Have the best time.
Oh, thank you. It was great to talk about sweating with you while not sweating.
That's exactly how I want to do it. Bang on. Yes.
Fantastic.
All right. I love you. Love you,
Love
fuck
you
buddies.
too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.